Welcome, families and community members, to today's graduation. As you're all aware, this is a special event, and therefore Reynoldsburg City Schools is asking that you exhibit respect for each graduate and their families. Each family would like to hear their graduate's name being read. Therefore, we ask that you refrain from excessive celebration, such as air horns, screaming, and other noisemakers. By doing so, we'll be able to ensure each student's name will be well heard. Jaden Danzy will now come lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand and join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain seated. Please remain standing as the senior choir's member come forward to lead us in the singing of our alma mater. Please be seated. The Pisha will now come to the podium to introduce our guests.
Hi, my name is Depisha Casey Khatri, and I'd like to introduce the Reynoldsburg City Schools City Schools Board of Education members. Mr. Neil Whitman, Vice President, Miss Angela Abram, Mr. Robert Barga, Miss Jenny Quinsleberry, and President of the Board of Education, Mrs. Debbie Dunlap.
Well, good afternoon, Reynoldsburg graduates. Take a deep breath. You made it. Can I hear a whoop whoop? Woo! Thank you. All right, now take a moment to take an even deeper breath. Feel that breath pass under your nose, into your lungs. Feel your chest expand. And now hold it. Pause and look around you. Feel the moment, live in the moment, be the moment. Because there will never be a moment like this again. Sure, you may don cap and gown once again after you earn your undergraduate degree, or your master's, or your doctorate. You may feel your breath caught in your lungs again when you say, I do. Hold your newborn child, or step out in front of a crowd to address them on a day like no other, graduation day. But today you will never experience a day like today again. For today you can look back on 12 years of preparation with pride, knowing that you have worked hard, you have played hard, and you are ready for the next leg of your journey. Today you can look back on the last year and a half and say, not only did I survive the pandemic, I will live to tell my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren about it. How I survived and how I made it a part of my story. You may begin by laughing about silly things you did to pass the time while in quarantine. My youngest daughter gathered us in the kitchen every Sunday night to reveal her pyramid for the family. Just like Dance Moms, we binged that over the quarantine. And I have to say, the cats and the dogs were usually at the top of the pyramid. You might talk about attending class, at your desk, in your bed, in your pajamas, in your swimsuit. Or you might remember the intrepidation of using the chat box to ask questions for the very first time, or to raise your hand virtually among students that you had never met. You might remember the strength you gathered to step outside and volunteer at a food bank, or march for justice, or stand outside a friend's house and sing happy birthday from the street. The memories might be funny or painful or a bit warped by time, but they will be part of your story. You've been writing your story your whole life. Those first steps, the first fall on your bike, your first kiss, your first trophy, your first failure. Highs and lows that kept you writing your story every day, every week, every hour. Often you didn't know how a chapter would end, or even how many chapters there were to write, but you knew it was your story. Today a chapter ends, but this thriller is just beginning. The next leg of your journey is just waiting to be written. And you alone have the pen in hand, and you alone conduct the narrative. This is your story. You are the main character, and key to the character's success is the characterization itself and the deep love for that character. You must love yourself first in order to succeed on this journey. Opportunities will abound, but cannot be harnessed unless you love yourself first. This is a lesson my mother, who was a waitress, a factory worker, a secretary, a business owner, and eventually a teacher. It's a lesson that she always taught me. Trust in yourself, love yourself, let your character develop into the strong presence that will allow you to love others, trust others, and fight for others. Remember, this is a journey. It's a story that only you can write, edit, embellish, and then rewrite again and again and again, always acknowledging that the story is about your journey as you live, love, and grow. Take a deep breath and think for a moment about this ancient Hindu proverb. There is nothing noble about being superior to some other man. The true nobility is in being superior to your previous self. Graduates, be true to yourself as you continue to write your story. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Now I would like to introduce our Reynoldsburg City Schools Administration, Dr. Melvin J. Brown, Tamara Miller, David Baker, Dr. Jocelyn Cosgrave, Jamie Wilson, Chris Reed, Valerie Wonder, and Mark Fullen. Next, I would like to introduce Tim Browning, Performing Arts Instructor at the Eastland Fairfield Career and Technical Careers Center. Thank you.
Good afternoon to the entire Reynoldsburg City Schools, Bell Academy, and Everest High School communities, and especially to the class of 2021. I have the pleasure of recognizing our graduates who have completed a college course during their time at Reynoldsburg High School. Seniors, if you have completed at least one college course, please stand. Wow. It is my honor to share that the graduates of Reynoldsburg High School's class of 2021 have earned a total of 4,467 college credits during their high school careers. That is an absolutely amazing accomplishment and deserves yet another round of applause. Seniors, you may be seated. Thank you and congratulations.
At this time, I have the pleasure of introducing a senior that will be graduating this year not only with his high school diploma, but also his associate's degree from our university partners. Isaiah Madison has worked hard. Isaiah Madison has worked hard these last 4 years to get an amazing start on his academic future. I could not be any more proud of this inspiring individual. Isaiah, please stand. Please join me in congratulating Isaiah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Isaiah. Please join me in recognizing the Bell Academy valedictorians. These students have earned a cumulative GPA of a 4.0 or above for their high school career. Will you please stand as your name is read and remain standing until all names have been called? Amani Johannes. McKenna Brown. Osman Adhakari. Savannah Beer. Brittany Booker. Amadou Faye. Tapisha KC. And Isaiah Madison. Please give these students a round of applause. Students, go ahead and be seated. To the class of 2021, you've done it. All the hard work over the past 12 years has paid off, and now you are ready to make your way into a world that is dynamic and ready for you to be change agents. As you move forward into the next phase of your journey, here are 3 very simple suggestions I would like to offer. First, never let a single situation define who you are. If this pandemic has taught you anything, is that you can make the best out of even the most trying of times. I immediately think of one of my favorite phrases: tough times don't last, but tough people do. And the reality is that many of you have persevered through personal and family challenges for the most of your adolescent life. I challenge you to always reflect on the positives of tough situations with the mindset that obstacles are simply opportunities to demonstrate your preparedness and drive to achieve your goals. Secondly, integrity is important all day, every day. Success and failure will always be a part of your life. However, your integrity or how you carry yourself during periods of success and failure will come to define you. As young adults, it is important to recognize that eyes are always on you, whether it be your family, friends, your boss, or a kid on the streets trying to find their way, find their path. Speak and act in the way you want people to remember you. Speak and act in the way you want people to respect you. Finally, be your greatest advocate and control your narrative. You have spent the better part of the last 12 years learning from people and hearing their stories. Now it's your time to create your own story to share with those close to you, those competing with you, and frankly, those against you. Understand there will always be naysayers in your ear whispering you can't or you won't, only for you to respond, I can and I will. Serve as your greatest advocate and cheerleader in everything you do. Be sure your actions, words, and thoughts reflect who you want to be and where you want to go in life, with the understanding that your actions, words, and thoughts change over time with experience. Bell Academy class of 2021, we are excited to see what the future holds for you. I'd like to close with a quote from Michael Joseph, who said, "Take pride in how far you have come, have faith in how far you can go, but don't forget to enjoy the journey." Thank you and congratulations. At this time, I would like to introduce Kanawaski Kahari, who was speaking on Bell's class of 2021.
Class of 2021. We made it. Looking back, I can remember being in elementary school, looking up to the bigger kids. I imagine myself in their shoes, wondering what it would be like to be a middle schooler. Eventually, that time came. I can remember being in middle school, looking up to the bigger kids. And again, I imagine myself in their shoes, wondering what it would be like to be a high schooler. And eventually, that time came. I can remember my first days as a senior at Bell, looking up to the men and women of the real world. I imagine myself in their shoes, wondering what it would be like to be out on my own. And now, that time has come for us to find out. As we move forward in our lives, we must appreciate the nuances of time. Time is infinite. Time is constant, and time waits for nobody. Throughout our time in high school, we may have encountered challenges, difficulties, hindrances. I think the biggest albatross to which all of us can relate to is COVID-19. For me personally, it was a struggle. It was a difficult time that brought about many changes in each and every one of our lives. But in the end, we overcame, we succeeded, and we learned. Question I asked myself though, what did I learn? I can think of 3 things that I learned. The first thing I learned is that this won't be the only pothole I come across on this road of life. The second thing I learned is throughout the many climates, throughout the many conditions that this world weathers, adaptability is crucial in order to withstand the tough times. And the third thing I learned a new word: metaphysiophobia. Let me slow it down and break it down for you guys, okay? Metaphysiophobia. You probably get the phobia part. It's the fear of something. Metaphysio, what is it the fear of? It's the fear of change. Change is scary, but change is necessary. Now is the time to fight through that fear and become fearless. Some of you may have a plan. You might want to go advance your scholastic studies, enlist in the military, or provide a public service such as a police officer, a teacher, a firefighter. Maybe some of you want to go learn a trade, become a professional athlete, or use your talents in more creative ways such as art, music, theater. Whatever your plan is, stick to it. Fight for it. I'm sure we all know that one person from an older generation who wishes they didn't give up, who wishes they didn't procrastinate, who wishes they could go back in time. Some of you may not have a plan. You're unsure of what's to come. You don't know your destiny and/or you're afraid of the real world. It will be scary. Metaphysiophobia. but change is necessary. Now is the time to fight through that fear and become fearless. There's a song by David Bowie. I personally have it in my playlist. It's called Changes. In the hook, it goes something like this. Turn and face the strange. It's just gonna have to be a different one. Time may change me, but I can't trace time. Don't be afraid of change. Turn that fear into fearlessness. There comes a time in each and every one of our lives where changes come about. Be prepared. Have a plan. And embrace the potential that makes each and every one of you shimmer in this world. And always remember, and I mean this, always remember, time is infinite, time is constant, and time waits for nobody. Class of 2021. It's about that time. Our time is now. Let's get it.
At this time, we would like to honor an honorary graduate, Chandra Kala Basnet. Kanda Waswika Shikana Kahari. Tapisha KC, valedictorian. Osman Adhikari, valedictorian. Austin Michael Harder. Mason Alexander Lewis. Connor Lee Rockhold. Kira Grace Young. Umar Barr. Brittany Nicole Booker, valedictorian. Christian Abigail Cleveland. Chrysanthus Valentine Kawogu. Prakash Mangar. Abigail Christine Ortiz. Maymuna Saneh. Hannah Elizabeth Grissom. Anisha Rizal. Sufyan Sangare. Amani Johannes Valedictorian. McKenna Lee Brown Valedictorian.
Jayla Ariana Dorsey. Jaden Nicole Danzy. Anaya Lene Ellis. Varan Anu Fongay. Mimi Hawa Junda Gaboya. Bhupan Nepal. Lois Edwards Afori. Megan Starr Robertson. Jalen Devon Summers. Jaden Lee Thomas. Amadou Bamba Faye Valedictorian. Stefan Terrell Hawkins Jr. Dylan Scott Schreiber. T. Jashawn James Brittman Morton. Naomi Lee Collier. Alea Murray Curry. Juan Manuel Juarez. Aaron Thomas Robertson. Shakira Rahima Cade Hoffman.
Freeman Maurice Booker. Destiny Faith Junko. Renaya Anita Coleman. Aliciana Marie Cooper. Liam Wessner DeFader. Oceana Lemire Avion Ford. Marius Roland Fowler. Ashim Garang. Lance Christopher Henry. Jalen Dewan Jackson. Timothy Noel Jones. Sandra Marie Lytle. Isaiah Elijah Madison, valedictorian. Malachi Lee Nichols. Brian Stephen Priest. Andre Memphis Seon Turner. Deja Clarice Hargrove. Daniel Y.T. Broomfield. Keonde Keyshawn McComb.
Emmanuel Aaron Austin. Suraj Batraye. Delion Demir Brown. Ariane Joelis Casiano Melendez. Kim Thien Din. Jevin Cantel Ford Daniels. Kaya Monet Harold. Jesse Ann Jean Hodge. Lath Have Alex Hongkail. Keon Anthony Jefferson Jr. Kasha Dupree Rhodes Washington. Sarai K. Smith. Paige Brielle Storms Cunningham. Shakim Ane Wilson. Shamar Andre Wright. Dudley Jaboyne. Taewoo McComb. Scott Allen Dean Phillips. Vivek Shapagai. Roshni Kami. Don Badahar Kagda. Ajay Harkash Mizar. Sam Raj Sarki. Nishant Subedi.
Nigeri Beatrice Dowdy. Joseph Alexander Fitzgerald. Caitlin Ann Hamblin. Dustin Daniel Howington. Dwayne Albert Norris. Christina Diane Bibb. Dylan Michael Dugan. Jordan Tyree Haley. Enrique Marquise Pettis. Faith Irene Rose Rogers. Christopher Michael Springer. Tatiana Brittany West. Makai Ajor Woodford. Amira Sarah Bordeaux. Trinity Rochelle Gaddy. Thomas Leroy Gibson III. Asho Ali Hassan. Tanner Rylan Hunkler. Ashish Parajuli. Nathaniel Getu Tariku. James River Williams.
afternoon, seniors. Really? We can do better than that, right? It's your last time to make noise in this place, right? So let's try it again. Good afternoon, seniors. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much. As the rest of your classmates come back to their seats and we get ready to do the culminating event that you've been waiting for 13 years, I want to basically say to you, thank you so much for your diligence, your hard work, your cooperation, and your steadfastness in getting things done this year. It's been an incredibly difficult year, and you overcome every single obstacle. I am so, so proud of you, and I want you to know that our district is incredibly proud of you. We know you're going to do wonderful things into the future, and we can't wait to see how those things develop. As soon as the rest of your classmates get to their seats, we will get to the part of the program that you've been waiting for a very long time. Members of the Board of Education, on behalf of Reynoldsburg High School Academy leaders, specifically here at Bell Academy, I hereby certify that the class of 2021 has met the requirements of the U.S. Department of Education, the Reynoldsburg Board of Education, and the State Department of Education for graduating from high school, and each of you has received the appropriate diploma. Congratulations. On behalf of the 2021 Reynoldsburg High School graduating class, I would like to welcome to the podium National Honor Society members Osmin Adakari and Imani Yohannes.
Seniors, please stand. On behalf of the class of 2021, we are honored to accept these diplomas. Seniors, please move your tassels to the left. You want to tell them?
What did I say?
Tell them you can throw them up if they want.
You can now throw your hats up.